moment.
Welcome to Hatten. Welcome.
It tastes so good.
Chiropractic. Welcome to the Chiro-Practical Podcast. It is season 1, episode 9. As always, I am your loving host, Dr. William Hatten, and I have my frenetic, my fantastic, my free form co-host, Allstar.
They have to pay for it.
Yeah, they do. And they pay a lot. She's expensive. Today, we are going to be breaking down some myths, I believe, and I've got a pretty good story for you once we get there. So what are we up to, Miss Allstar? Are you ready to get adjusted today?
It's fat meat greasy.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So you're ready to get up on the table? You don't have any more myths?
Well, I have some more myths, but I will be ready.
Okay.
Now, I heard...
Yeah, hit me. Lay it on me, girl.
Okay, so I heard from the curb that you can do your chiropractical adjustments yourself at home, and you don't necessarily need the chiropractor.
This is one of my favorites. And because this happens all the time, right? Like you move, you feel a pop. You do something, you get up out of the chair, you hear a pop. Not a big deal. Things like that happen all the time, right? But if somebody is actively trying to force a pop to happen, what I usually tell my patients is, girl, save that for me. I want that one. Let me have it. I'm a jealous bitch, okay? I want all the pops. But sometimes they want it for themselves, right? And the biggest difference between a chiropractic adjustment that I give you and you mobilizing a joint, which is what we would call it, at home, is if your joint is actually stuck or fixated, it is really difficult to move at the exact right area in the exact right way to get the joint that is stuck to unstick. Normally what happens is the joint above or below, that will move and that will pop instead. And it will feel better for a minute, but then in an hour or two, you're like, oh, I'm really tight again. I need to pop it again. And you pop again. And what happens is you wind up creating hypermobile segments. So joints above and below the area where it's stuck that move around too much. And that creates its own problem. So really, you don't want to self-adjust or have your partner at home like stomp on your back or something like that, because it might feel good in the moment. And I don't deny that, but you're probably not fixing your problem. You're just kind of covering up the symptoms, and you might as well take an Advil or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense. I'm
so glad. Thank God.
I can tell you. I'm just so angry that they lied.
Who lied?
Those people that told me that
they've been telling you all sorts of lies and yarns, girl, this whole time.
Yeah, but they spun me a sweater on this one. I really wasn't clear. I need a moment. I'm sorry. Up is down, right is left. Legs are knees and knees are breasts. I don't know what is going on.
While she needs a moment, why don't I just go ahead and get in here with our crack of the week, okay? She's still having trouble. Okay, so this one actually comes all the way back from chiropractic school. I wasn't even in practice yet. I had a bestie at the time who, very sweet man, he had met the love of his life. And one of the things he loved about this person that winds up eventually becoming his husband is apparently he has a massive member, right?
Like a gold member or
a Costco card. It was the executive deluxe. Okay. And so he was just raving to me all the time about how much he loved his partner and how great his boyfriend was in bed and all these really exciting things. And so the next thing I know, I get a phone call and he goes, "Can you take clinic patients yet?" And I said, "Well, no, but I will be able to in about 2 weeks." And he goes, "I need it bad." And I said, "What do you need? What happened?" And he goes, "Well, you know how my boyfriend and I like to play a little rough?" And I said, "Well, sure." And he goes, "Well, there were casters on the bottom of our bed frame and, little wheels." And I said, "Well, okay, okay. Did you like skateboard on your bed or something?" And he goes, "Well, you could call it that." And so they were having a session, and the boyfriend decided to fold my friend kind of in half and raise his butt up in the air, right? So his feet and heels are up by his face and his hips are up in the air off the bed. And so they're going at it up near the top of the bed. And all of a sudden the bed shifts and his boyfriend pounds him down in between the headboard and the mattress, and he got stuck in there, girl.
So his boyfriend was stuck in him, and he was stuck in the bed.
Well, I think the boyfriend got out.
Oh, okay.
He was stuck, folded in like a damn pretzel in between the mattress and the headboard. And the boyfriend, because he was skinny like a twig, he was not strong enough to move the bed to get him out. So he had to like haul and shove and manage to like knock the bed loose so that my friend could get out and stand back up. But he was tore up from the floor up.
So he knocked everything loose but the bed.
Right. That's the truth. So I did wind up getting him into clinic. I got special permission. I got him taken care of, and he was all good. But the moral of the story is not
to get beds with casters on.
Yes, that is the number one moral of the story. And then moral number 2 is just, it's okay to have fun. Obviously, I'm not here to tell anybody not to have fun, but try to be aware of your surroundings. And if you feel the bed or whatever else you might be on top of start to move while you're going at it, that might be a really great time to reposition so that you can safely continue your trip to Pound Town.
Makes total sense. And I do have a disclaimer for the people that are listening. He's totally right about what we talked about earlier about him mobilizing the joints, because one of my friends when I was in college got arrested for mobilizing joints, and he was locked up for a while. So yeah, probably let the doctor handle that.
There you go.
But speaking of mobilizing joints,
let
me mobilize this keyword today.
You got a keyword for us today?
Yes, I do. All the way from Alabama.
That's my home state.
And you're from where?
From Mobile.
Oh, good. It's from that city.
I'm ready.
Your
hometown word.
The word is mobility.
Yes, not mobility.
That's your college days. That's from back in the day, y'all, when people used to have kickbacks and everybody would bring their own drinks.
I remember.
Mobile.
Wait, and our word is? Tell me again. I'm sorry.
Mobility.
Mobility. Spell it, please.
It's Mobility. Wow.
She's so good at spelling, y'all.
I know. Thank you to Cab County for believing in me.
Well, thank you so much for listening, guys. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart and also from our co-star Allstar's heart.
Underneath all this.
Girl, and it is big and large and in charge, that heart, just like everything else. Make sure you are following along with us on our keyword tracker. You'll be able to put mobility down here for episode, I don't know where episode 9 is, but it's on here somewhere. And you'll put it down there. And once you get this thing filled out, you will send it back to us for your chance to win a grand prize worth $200. And while you've been listening to this, you also could have slid into our DMs and scheduled an appointment and gotten your very own adjustment and be on your way to health and wellness. So make sure you are following along with us. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, tell your neighbors about it, tell your kids, tell your grandmama, tell your aunties, tell the neighbor down the street that you don't even like. We'll take it. You just anything to get the algorithm moving, okay? And follow along Wednesdays at noon as these drop wherever you get your podcast. Bye now.